So, it was my wedding ceremony on the 26th, you see? My old hag of a coworker ruined my special day. But of course she had to come here, didn't she?
This old hag of a coworker would be referring to me now, would it?
OMG. Oops, my bad. I accidentally messaged you, Hilda. I'm a bit careless sometimes when it comes to messaging the person I need to contact. That old hag comment? It was just a joke, don't worry about it. Please don't take that comment too seriously.
Sabrina, how can you make such a fool of me like that? I know that you've been calling me an old hag behind my back to people. You don't have to go out of your way to ruin the mood until the wedding, right? I didn't know, but if you can change what happened, would you?
Huh? What's this even about, Hilda?
Why? I wonder if other coworkers would be just as confused as I am. 1 minute rejecting everything and backing down, then standing in a corner ready to fight.
Well, I agree with you on that as I don't have much confidence in myself, you see.
Wait, what? What's that even supposed to mean?
Oh, honey, you know that everyone wanted to come to my ceremony more than some 39-year-old grandma's wedding ceremony. As an old hag, you have to worry about that sort of thing if people can't attend. It must be so difficult being you.
No, I have absolutely no worries about that, but what I'm worried about is the complete opposite.
The opposite? What do you mean by that?
By all means, Sabrina, you can call me an old hag if that pleases you. I just think that it's a little embarrassing that you're saying I ruined your wedding. Aren't you embarrassed with yourself and how much you flaunt your youth in front of me?
Me? What? Oh, Hilda, I'm not embarrassed at all. Just embarrassed that an old hag like you can even exist.
How dare you come up with such a crude remark?
If you think so, I'm very much loved by our company's boss. After all, it seems like younger women are better in general. You just getting married at the age of 39 is pushing it a lot in terms of age. Did the old hag want to get married so desperately and just chose the first man that gave her attention?
We just got married in our own time. What's wrong with that? Why do you care so strongly about age and how people do things?
Oh, honey, it's not just me. Everyone feels that way about age.
Well, it seems you have a bit of confidence if you say to me that you're loved by our boss. But do you think that all of the invited guests think fondly of you?
Naturally, of course. My guests are very fond of me. There's no way that more people would show up to your wedding ceremony than mine. If you don't like that and don't want that to happen, why don't you just change the date of your wedding then?
Us? Change our wedding date? Are you kidding me? You were the one that wanted to ruin my wedding by putting it on the same day as mine. And that was without our permission. Why should I have to change our date?
I don't think you'll need to change it at all, to be honest. Because all the guests will be coming here instead. It must be such an embarrassing thing for you to deal with.
You're really getting on my nerves about this, but what if it doesn't go well and will that make you sad? Won't you regret all the things you've said and done? Are you okay with living with that?
I would prefer if you just change the date, and with that, please pay for changing the date fee that goes along with it.
But don't you think that that's being too self-centered of you? There's no need for us to pay for changing the date. I refuse to go along with this. The world doesn't revolve around you.
If you're gonna be like that, then please just cancel your wedding altogether.
We're doing no such thing just because you said so, Sabrina.
Fine. Then you should prepare to expect no guests to show up so that you're not disappointed.
No, I've just finished checking the guest list, actually. Sabrina, when it comes to your wedding, you should be checking your guests' intentions. Do you think I would regret doing this if I didn't know what my guests intended to do?
You're saying that even though all the guests are coming to my wedding. It sounds like you're doubting yourself. If you're so worried, then shouldn't you just be worrying about yourself at this time? Well, I'm just happy an old hag like you can still get married. I bet you're celebrating from the very bottom of your heart because you're so relieved about it, right? But of course, I'm getting married too, so I'm incredibly sorry I can't attend yours. So, I wish you the best of luck on your oh-so-special day.
Yeah, good luck to you too, Sabrina. Even though I can't make it to your wedding, I hope you can enjoy celebrating your marriage.
Oh, Hilda, today is our wedding ceremonies. All of my guests will be wishing the very best for my special day, so your wedding ceremony must look very sad. How do you feel about that? Sad, right? Oh, but never mind that.
Are you all right there? What are you talking about? So you didn't change the wedding date then?
Why would we have to change our wedding date? If you're so worried about it, why didn't you just take matters in your own hands and change it yourself, you old hag?
Oh, I guess that's true. Well, your ceremony's today. I hope you have a wonderful day celebrating. Sorry that I can't attend.
Why be sorry? I'm glad that you can't make it, you old lady. You'd ruin the vibe for the whole ceremony. But you must feel so bummed out, right? Since all the guests are coming to my wedding instead?
Okay, who even said that?
No one had to tell me that. I just know that's the case. Everyone decided to come to my wedding instead.
Okay, so I guess you didn't check your guest list then.
Aw, I'm sorry to ruin an old lady's wedding day. It breaks my heart to do that. All of the guests who have been invited will come here and your ceremony will be empty, you know?
Okay, but all the guests are already coming to my ceremony.
What do you mean?
The wedding's about to start and I'm getting ready to walk down the aisle. And you're coming in to brag just before the wedding gets underway. All the people from the company have come to my wedding ceremony. Maybe you didn't know that, Sabrina?
Now, wait just a second here. Is this some sort of joke? How can there be people gathering at your wedding when they decided to come to my wedding over yours?
First of all, we don't know what time your ceremony starts at, Sabrina. Also, if our colleagues were thinking of attending your wedding, then why are the seats at yours all empty, huh?
Hold up. You're making this whole thing up right now? I'm checking the guest list right now, and no one's shown up yet. Why? What's going on right now? Hilda!
I tried to tell you, Sabrina, all the guests have been coming here, and so they couldn't make it to your ceremony. Knowing all this might make you panic a little, but this is just reality, Sabrina. My ceremony is about to start, and everyone that I invited ended up coming here. Do you understand what invited means? It means they said yes, and everyone is in attendance in my wedding.
Now just wait. I can't believe this is happening. Why are you doing this to me? Did you bribe the guests?
What? No, of course not. Why would I bribe my own guests?
But I just don't get it. This is so weird. Why are all the guests attending your wedding? I thought all my guests decided they wanted to come to my wedding. Did you do all of this just so you could beat me? You're such an awful person for bribing your guests into attending your own wedding over mine.
I have no idea what you're insinuating, Sabrina, but I don't need to bribe my own guests to come to my wedding.
Well, you obviously did something like that. This is all too weird.
Would you cut it out with all the whys and how weird this all is to you? Obviously, I'm just that more popular than you, Sabrina.
Huh? Your popularity is non-existent, though.
Okay, well it is. Look at it this way, Sabrina. You were talking about how great it is that all the guests were going to attend your wedding. And then when you go to check the list, you see that no one has shown up. Don't you think you're being too irresponsible? Don't you see that them not showing up is not the same as giving them a chance to refuse an invitation?
No, but I didn't think everyone would refuse to come to my wedding. I thought that everyone was definitely coming to mine. Oh my god. I expected the boss to come to my wedding. He is way more fond of me than he is of you.
He might have told you that, my dear, but he's at my wedding ceremony too. Along with everyone else.
No way. Are you serious?
He cried and was over the moon to hear about my marriage, so I assume that means he's quite fond of me as well.
What on earth are you talking about? What is there to be fond of when it comes to a 39-year-old hag? You're completely delusional. He adores me way more than you.
But in reality, he's at my wedding ceremony. The boss is kind to everyone, so I can understand why you've been completely misunderstood. When I was a new employee, he was my mentor, so we're quite close.
He was your mentor? This can't be true.
We've known each other for a long time, so it makes sense that he came to my ceremony. There's no doubt about it he wanted to attend mine. Why didn't you check the attendance list way before the ceremony was to go ahead? If you did, couldn't this all have been prevented?
No, it wouldn't have. Maybe it wouldn't have.
I see, so you didn't think anything of it. The fact that I calmly pointed out to you plunged you into a stutter. It's quite an unexpected thing to happen, isn't it? If you think about it a little harder, this whole thing might have been easier for you to understand.
That's enough out of you. Even if I'm blamed for all of this, it doesn't mean you aren't causing trouble. Stop that wedding right now and get everyone over here for mine.
What? Why would I do that?
There is no need for you to have a wedding that's so extravagant. You're having a wedding and so are we, and we hardly have any guests here.
And because of that, you want me to cancel my wedding. But it seems like you're the ones that need to cancel your wedding since no one has shown up.
You don't care about anyone but yourself. How could something like this happen to me? I thought that I could embarrass you by making my wedding on the same day so no one would attend. I never in my wildest dreams expected this to happen. How am I completely embarrassed? This is all your fault. You're so cruel. I can never forgive you for this.
We're going to have some trouble if you're going to continue blaming me for this. Look, there's nothing you can do, and that's all I can say. We literally just about are to start the ceremony, and I need to meet my husband at the end of the aisle, so if you'll excuse me.
What? Wait, come back! You can't just run away from this! What am I supposed to do about my wedding?
Sabrina, I don't know what to do about that, but isn't it better to only have a few people attending the wedding? It's not the fault of having such a small group of people there, it's your fault.
But I'm so much younger and prettier than you! It would be better for everyone to come to my wedding! Why has this happened to me and not you? Why would anyone want to go to your wedding? Why would anyone want to see an old hag like you in a wedding dress? It would look so terrible!
Sabrina, let me be clear about something, alright? Having a bad personality is very much linked to how popular you are.
What do you mean by that? You mean I have a bad personality? So that makes me not a popular person?
If you were a popular person, you wouldn't have gotten yourself into this situation. With just a click of the fingers, you're not popular because you boast about how youthful you are, and people despise that. You act like you look down on people. That you're better than everyone. Don't you know that the people around you are sick and tired of that, Sabrina?
People are saying they're sick and tired of me?
Of course they do. You call the people that are older than you old hags, and you take people's spotlight by planning weddings on the same day as theirs. Isn't that just someone who has a terrible personality? Have you ever thought about what other people think about you? Isn't it better to try and understand how they feel and get along with them rather than putting them down? How about you think about that from now on, okay?
How dare you say those sorts of things to me? You're so annoying. I never want to see your face again, you old hag. I'm just going to resign from the company. I want nothing to do with you. It's so cruel that no one would come to my wedding.
You're the one that didn't check the guest list before the ceremony. That's your own mistake.
When you say something like that, I have nothing to say in return.
If it weren't for my wedding being on the same day, who would have actually shown up to watch you get married, huh? Oh well, it's too late to say something like that now. If you want to quit your job, then feel free to do so.
Really? You're not gonna stop me?
There'll be no one to have troubles with anymore if you do quit. And with that, I hope you enjoy your teeny tiny little wedding ceremony. In the end, the wedding ceremony was held in an awkward and empty-seated room. The groom's side and his relatives were wondering what was going on since no one showed up. When the situation was explained to the groom, he was dumbfounded. Despite being newlyweds, it seemed like the couple's relationship was a bit turbulent. As she'd been totally embarrassed by the whole situation, the next day she tried to quit the company as if she was running away from her problems. Unable to stand the gazes of those around her, she cried and some mysterious drama unfolded in the office. It seemed that she completely disappeared and her colleagues were still taking her leaving as a joke. Hilda and the other coworkers don't know where she is and what she's doing now. It would be nice if she wasn't boasting at her young age. However, a person like her seems to never want to learn from what she's done wrong.